Listen, on the back of that, we've got a little game called Shot Stopper. I'll tell you what, I'll do you a drink afterwards.
Thank you very much, because I can't do it if we do a shot stopper.
yeah, exactly. So, I mean, you might breeze this, but this is the game. So, we are going to put two people's names up against one another. I always use, say, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier. You got to pick one. So, you go, Muhammad Ali. Okay. And then all of a sudden I go, all right, Muhammad Ali or Mike Tyson. Mm-hmm. You go, I don't know. It's a shot. Okay.
Okay.
So, all right. So, what we've done for your...
So it's this or that, and when I stumble, I've got to do a shot.
Yeah.
All right, sweet as.
So we've done... your subtitle for this is the US versus the Brits. And it's all about rap. Rap, yeah.
Yeah, cool, yeah.
All about racks. Page 3 models.
See, he said racks, I thought about money. Racks.
All about currency. Right, here we go.
Let's go.
So...
Let's go. You go.
Go on, you go first. Go for it.
J. Cole or Wretch 3-2?
Wretch 3-2, he spun him on the tune already.
Really?
Yeah, there's a tune with Tiny Temper, Wretch 3-2 and J. Cole, and Wretch 3-2 has the best verse.
Okay.
Cool. All right, here we go then. So, Wretch 3-2 or Nas?
Nas.
I'm
saying discography-wise, in terms of music, I prefer definitely Wretch 3-2.
Really?
Yeah, not that Wretch 3-2 has been a better rapper or has more longevity than Nas, but in terms of who influences me more or who I've enjoyed more in terms of the age I was and who I grew up listening to, retrospective for me as a British UK rap album is probably the best British UK rap album I've ever heard in my life.
Okay, fair enough.
And there's a few contenders in there, but that one was serious at the time for me. So, yeah.
All right. Wretch or Kalashnikov?
Wretch.
okay. Wretch or Tupac?
Wretch.
Really? Wow.
I'm not a Tupac fan.
We've done it early. We do this all the time.
This every time. We get one up there that we don't think is going to last.
No, it might change.
It might change.
I'm just not a Tupac fan. That's what it is.
Okay.
People might shoot me when they see me in the street, but I'm not a Tupac fan like that. Like I said, when we were talking about influential rappers, I grew up listening to Biggie. Like,
see, that's weird coming from poetry as well.
Yeah, Tupac, I relate to the message more, but I guess similarly with Nas, in terms of music that moved me at the time, like, my mum is also, as well as being like a poet, like she's a party person as well. You get me? And I'm a party person. You get me? So like Juicy in the rave, there's like, I can hit 'em up in a rave and that on the gas moment and that. But I'm a person, in terms of experiences that I bonded with music, there's so many like Biggie Smalls moments that I'm like, Juicy in the dance. So for that reason, when it comes down to like Nas and Tupac, it's not that I don't respect their craft. Just in terms of like my personal preference of people that you might hear that I've listened more to if you did my Spotify playlist, it's probably Wretch. It's probably Wretch.
Go listen to that Spotify. There you go. All right. So, Wretch. Oh, this is hard. Kano.
Yeah. I'm from East Ham, mate.
I love Kano.
Yeah, I love Kano. Like, and he's got more discography than Wretch. I think Wretch's discography is stronger if you were to ask who hit like higher rankings for each project that they did. But Kano is from the ends, man.
Didn't they do a song Mount Rushmore together?
Yeah.
Who won on that?
Who won on that? Hey, Wretch.
Also,
Wretch did win on it.
I rate Kano. I rate Kano big time.
Okay, I see Wretch, Gets and Kano. Those, in terms of if you were to ask me about UK influences, those two, like, they are Mount Rushmore to me, like in many a way. So I just love the song.
Okay.
I just love the song, and I believe that's an Emil production, and he's very cold as well. You get me? And I think Aisha Raquel's doing vocals on that. She's a collaborator of mine. The songs that you would have heard on that day, Aisha Raquel was doing the singing on that.
Right.
And she's also from Newham. She's from the ends. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of ties for different reasons. But if you was to ask me on that song,
Wretch
one, but. There's an old school remix of a tune. It's top 3 selected, and Kano gets some retro on that.
Yeah.
And Gets has the best verse out of them three. Scorcher has the best verse out of all of them. But there's many moments. It's too techie. But who did you ask me about? Kano. Yes, Kano. Yeah.
Who was that? Kano.
Kano and Wretch. Yes,
and you said Kano.
I'm giving
so
Kano.
you or me?
You.
Oh, so Kano or Kendrick Lamar?
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
That's easy.
Why?
He did music to a more serious level for longer.
Yeah.
Like, he hasn't delved into anything else. Like, Kano is a celebrity. Like, he's Scully from Top Boy as well. Like, he's not just Kano. To my generation, he's Kano. To the generation after me, he's Scully from Top Boy. So, like, you have transgressed into other realms that, as an individual, like, within his artistic expression, like, very much dope. But if you're asking me about rappers, it's not a question. It's Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, so we're going to have another US versus UK here. So Kendrick Lamar or Chip?
Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
Kendrick Lamar or Styles P?
Oh, I'm going to go with Kendrick Lamar solely because of the musical like heights that he's reached. And I'm not even talking about success here. I'm talking about expression, like from Good Kid, Mad City to Pimp a Butterfly to Damn to Mr. Moran, Heavy Steppers. Those are all sonically very different albums. If you look at the whole spectrum throughout his whole artistic journey, even if you include like Overly Dedicated and whatnot and Section 80, there's so much different music going on in GNX. There's so much different music and it slaps across the board. Like,
it makes sense why you're so like artistic all over the place, because not all over the place in a bad way.
I'm all over the place. Even the
all over the place.
I had to get one of them.
Which I think's a look, man. I think it looks cool. Like, it's something about it. I don't like, you know, was it Fetty Wap? Like, yeah. So, like, there's something interesting about that, though. It draws you in. Like, use it as a, like, you know, I bet you do, like, a force for good, you know?
Yeah, 100%. I don't shy away from it.
It must scare people. They'll be like,
yeah, some people ain't sure. And I let them know. So you can be sure. It's all right.
Yeah, no, I love that. That's quality. Right.
Styles P, why did you on that?
Because Styles P is probably like, bro, the Locks as a 3, like, that's generational talent in terms of like rapping ability. But making music is more than just rapping ability. So if you're asking me about like these people as rappers, beyond just solely their rapping ability, I can't put Styles P above Kendrick Lamar.
Okay.
But if you ask me in terms of bar for bar, if I saw them go to back, I ain't ruling out Styles P holding it up. Ain't no way. Because Styles P, that's some serious legendary and like anyone that I know that has been around him, like my friend Daryl Cole, look at me, I believe he was around Styles P a few times when he was in New York. And like you can just see like the lyrical prowess in like individuals like that where barring is just in your everyday. You get me? I'm sure that Kendrick has a level of inspiration from Styles P.
Yeah.
And so that one I had to do that. So yeah.
Okay. So Kendrick or J Hus?
Kendrick Lamar, without a doubt. J Hus, I definitely believe he could definitely, like, J Hus is what, like 10 years? Well, not 10 years, but like he's more than 5 years younger than Kendrick. You get me? Because Kendrick's a few years older than me. Like, undoubtedly, I felt like for the East London thing, he could have gone there. Like, but he's not, one, the most lyrical, and two, he doesn't release as consistently, I think, and he's had troubles with the law and whatnot. You get me? So in terms of you asking me where, in terms of the music, you have to say Kendrick Lamar.
Okay, I think this one's going to get you now. Kendrick or Biggie?
Kendrick or Biggie?
Yeah.
Kendrick.
Really?
Biggie died, man. We only got 2 albums.
He's straight up. He's real.
We only got 2 albums.
Yeah.
He died, like, unfortunately. But we only got 2 albums. He could have been after that.
Yeah.
We don't know. He could have just, after that, everything just poop.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is that there's certain realms in music that Biggie touches that Kendrick doesn't.
Right.
Like I can be in the dance with a gal on a. You get me? I ain't doing that to no Kendrick song. You get me?
Yeah.
Mustard. I ain't doing that to no Kendrick song. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it to no Kendrick song. But yeah, Biggie had that time. Like I think that time where like we incorporated women like into rap beyond them being participants of rapping.
Yeah.
Like is something that we don't really get nowadays as well. Yeah. So it's just something that is not really touched upon, but Biggie was doing that. You get me? Especially as a big brother, he was doing it. So.
Yeah. All right, so Kendrick or Gigs?
Kendrick or 50 Cent?
Oh, is it a shot?
Yeah, shot.
Oh,
Why is that? Why is that a shot?
Because 50 is alive, still not still doing music, but like I feel like the level of influence of like Get Rich Die Trying and that time in music, I feel like the early 2000s to mid 2000s like is like a golden era of music and time, innit? Personally, like, and it's probably because of my age. I just mean like, and that's a very personal thing. Like in terms of like age I was at the time, I don't think I'll ever feel that way about music ever again.
Yeah.
So it's hard for me to kind of 50 is a difficult one. I think 50 is one of the greatest rappers of all time.
Yeah,
and not necessarily because he's the greatest writer of all time, or like he said things that no one's saying, but stylistically. And what we got at that time, that's like, to me, the perfect blend between Bad Boy and Ladies Man. Like, I feel like that in terms of like my aspirations as a rapper, in terms of like being like kind of all-encompassing, he did it in the most simplistic way.
Yeah.
You get me? Like, you'll be there with the gangsters, like, talk about, you get me, take it to the candy shop. Unprecedented.
So there was meanings behind that candy shop.
Yeah, a lot of meanings. But I'll take a shot.
Limoncello?
Sure, that's like what.
Do you want, well, I'll tell you what, you can pick.
I'll take a Kraken. Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take a Kraken. I do love a bit of Kraken.
What are we going to do? We're going to go with, so we're starting fresh now.
Starting fresh.
Thank you very much.
Right, here you go. Shot first.
Shot first.
Cheers,
Boys,
chin.
Cheers, ching, yeah.
All the best. Good health.
100%, so a good 2025.
So what are we saying? We're going Wiley versus Cameron.
Wiley.
Why?
Yeah, personally, Cameron was cold. You get me? Very, very cold. It still is. You get me? Like, you know, he was with Cameron, yeah, he's a character. You get me? Like, me and Cameron, I look at Cameron like paid in full. Like, you get me? Like, there's certain associations, like, you get me? The pig furs and like, as an icon, like, it's sick. And Wiley is also a UK icon, but I just feel like Wiley is like, especially like in terms of my affiliations in grime and like my associations in grime, like there's in every generation there's this one guy that makes beats and spits and kind of influences bare shit. You get me? It was Wiley, then it was Dot Rotten. I would say in my generation it's probably Jams. In the next generation it's probably Novelist right now. You get me? Like there's always this one guy that like is just wired differently from the rest of his peers that can make beats and make like on a spitting thing, make tunes, and will sit there and make bare songs. Like an unprecedented amount of songs.
Yeah.
And they could just do it on their own with a computer. And you don't get those people often.
No.
So I wish I was one of them. I'm not. But I appreciate it for what it is. So Wiley, yeah.
Okay, so Wiley or Lethal B?
Wiley.
Okay. Wiley or Lil Wayne?
Lil Wayne.
Yeah.
Just about. Yeah. If I was saying personally, I'd probably still stay Wiley, but Lil Wayne, that brother's got mixtapes upon mixtapes. Like, I don't really think, like, even that Piff era in terms of global scale of understanding, like, music, like, how music was being dropped, that, like, celebrities were just giving shit away. He's the last of that, especially over there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's the last of that, where I just got music for the fans, man.
Yeah.
Like, he's the last of that, and I feel like that time in music is sorely missed.
I always remember downloading Frank Ocean's mixtapes. He would, like Nostalgia Ultra.
Yeah.
Or Ultra Nostalgia.
Yeah.
And like I remember having that on an iPod, and the iPod got plugged into somebody else's computer.
I wiped it.
And I never got it back. And who else done it? Someone else done it as well. They all used to do it, didn't they? They always used to, you go on the page, you think this can't be real. You download it, you got the best music.
You got 60 songs.
Yeah,
just archive that can't come out because like I vocaled something I shouldn't have vocaled off, like that Frank Ocean project. That is one of the best projects I've ever heard.
Yeah,
you get me. Nature Feels.
Yeah.
On that whatever that tune was originally, I said, yo.
MGMT.
Yeah, that's it. That's it. Like I listened to the original because I heard Frank Ocean's version. That wasn't something that was ever pushed to me. Listen, I'm there like, yo, what? And then in my head, I'm hearing making love underneath the cherry tree.
Yeah.
Baby,
It's so good.
It's so good, bruv. It's so good, and I miss that enjoyment within music, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, like when we were speaking earlier, like everything is about how can I get paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I just miss the enjoyment, even within getting paid for it, that these lot were doing. Where it's like, I just want to have some fun, man.
Yeah.
I think they can get paid from it as well if they put it out.
Surely,
With the streaming platforms.
Yeah, but the thing is, obviously with the streaming platforms, now you've got to legitimize everything. A lot of them tunes, though, they're people jumping on covers and things like that.
That's why Kanye's been ripped so much, you know, like things like I know you're tired, all that stuff. It was a kid, wasn't it? Like that sung it, and he just completely like done him.
But yeah, see, that's dark. But but when it comes down to just people like creating, like we're so limited. There's times I've been in the studio, a man have started to no, you can't use that sample, bro. But you could hear he's in the groove.
Yeah.
And it's because you're thinking about how can I make money from this? If we make a banger, we're not gonna make money from this because I can't clear the sample because I'm not that person yet.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it limits the creativity because who knows what we would have done with that in terms of the level of how good the song would have been.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, man, it just kind of me off, bro. So I'm very completely honest about it. Like, maybe I'm a bit old. Like, maybe I'm an old man now. You know what I mean? But like, it just gets me annoyed. Like, we're facing all these limitations and things that are human. Like, I should just be able to create, bro.
Yeah,
I know the human cog work that dulls life is vastly taken over, and it is just anyway. Look, let's not all get
Let's do that. Let's do it.
Whoa,
Champ and Contender.
Yeah.
Forget about that. Let's rise above.
Right, here we go. It's me, I think.
Okay.
So, Lil Wayne,
Yes,
or Gets.
Lil Wayne. Unfortunately,
Okay,
but it is Lil Wayne.
okay.
Lil Wayne or Jadakiss. He did his laugh.
Yeah.
Did you mean that?
Yeah, I did. I did it. I mean, I'm a rapper, man. If it's deliberate. No, it's still Lil Wayne.
Okay. Right.
So, Lil Wayne or Dave.
Definitely Lil Wayne.
Can I add one in?
Yeah, go on.
All right, Lil Wayne or Eminem.
Oh, I didn't think about him.
It
when I was
is
writing this.
Lil Wayne.
It is Lil Wayne.
It is Lil Wayne.
Okay.
It is Lil Wayne. Only because Eminem became less good without drugs.
True, isn't it?
It's honest. Like, we have to be honest about these things. He wrote from a very traumatized space.
What do you think about the whole Machine Gun Kelly thing? And like, I mean, look, it's all sort of like dramatized and stuff like that, but he did sort of an answer to Machine, didn't he? And it felt a bit dead.
It was dead, but Machine Gun Kelly's a shit rapper anyway. So,
I know, right?
It's kind of irrelevant. But in terms of like when you like, there's so many things that he's released since he's been sober that you can tell that man's from a place where like it feels like he has disconnected from the reasons that he rapped in the first place.
Yeah.
And it's probably because you're not in pain anymore, bro.
It's clear.
Well, he went back, didn't he, to Guess Who's Back, Guess Who's Back, Guess Who's Back. It was like he was trying to find...
Trying to find it. But that's also part of the monetary thing of you got to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get me? I'm sure if he had time away from having to make money and upkeeping his lifestyle to whatever degree he has a lifestyle, you get me? I'm sure he would have found something else to express a new stage of life for himself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately, sober Eminem is not the Eminem that I grew up on.
No. Okay, so look, so Lil Wayne won that eventually, but who did we have up
Wretch
here?
3-2, that was running it for a while.
And Kendrick.
And Kendrick.
So, okay.
Kendrick Lamar, Wretch 3-2 and Lil Wayne. You asking me at him?
Yeah.
And you know what? Answer the question and afterwards answer who would you work with? Who would you want to work with out of them three? You can only pick one.
All right, cool. In terms of legend and in terms of musical influence, I think it has to be Lil Wayne.
Right.
Lil Wayne is a father in this thing. And not that Kendrick's not a father or won't be a father, but Lil Wayne is definitely, like a lot of rappers or his children, the greatest rapper of our time in terms of what people deem as success in terms of metrics is Drake, probably. Right. And Drake is a rebirth of Lil Wayne in a sweeter package.
Yeah.
Very simply. And that's not a disregard to Drake's own artistic endeavors or levels or anything like that. It's just more so that Lil Wayne did that from a different space.